Yo, how y'all doing? ZREX Nation. So here's the tutorial on the combos or series of combos that I put out in the combo challenge, which was done quite a few days ago now, but nevertheless here it is. It was quite a bit of problems trying to make this because it was so much that goes into this, but anyways, here it is now. I've slowed things down a lot, so you should be able to see everything. And quickly, those are the options as well that you should have. Remember, computer action, well, computer opponent action 1 on stand, computer opponent action 2 on guard all, and then the ground technique, or as I stated in the other video, I said the opponent action 3 on side roll left or side roll right. Now it doesn't really matter which way you side roll, and it doesn't really matter what you have as your ground tech, like, well, not ground techniques, but the fourth actions, let's just say, so when you stand up. So anyways, so let's just look at the frame data. So when it comes to this particular combo, it's a bit strange. So when it comes to this particular combo, let's say it has a weird tech about it. Okay, so what I mean by that is, if you hit the electric at a certain frame, then, or a certain time, let's say, then you will be able to get different plus frames. So you get different plus frames on that. So you see here it says 25 plus 18, but if I hit it a little bit delayed, or as a delayed electric, then it will say that I've got less frames to play with. So yep, there we go. Now it says, I think it was 22. So pretty much it goes down the further you delay the electric. So those who think that, you know, let me delay the electric, you know, so the first thing you want to know about this combo is, if you get 25 plus 18, then that means you've done it right. The electric has been done right. You can mini dash at that point then, or should I say, not even mini dash, it's more of a super crazy light, like micro dash, so light speed pretty much. Now this is me doing the back 3 without doing the mini dash, just showing you that you have to mini dash. Now this is showing you that this input is done by doing back 3 and then hold forward. So those who don't understand that, for PS4 players it's back X, hold forward, and for Xbox players it will be back and A and then hold forward. And then you got the PC players, or your like stick players, and for them it would be back and left kick and then hold forward. Okay, so let's look at the electric now. So the electric is done by doing a forward into a down forward. Now you can see the inputs on the screen. See, I don't actually press down, it presses that anyway. All I do is I press forward and down forward, and in doing so it gives me a crouch dash. Now crouch dash is a stance where you get a series of moves that are different to your normal stance, because in this game you have quite a few stances with every character, and some are generic, which means that everyone's got them, and some aren't. But we're not going to go in that, like, because if you go into that it's going to be quite detailed and so on. So first of all, do your crouch dash, yeah, and then press triangle, or press 2, or press right punch, or press Y, and then you'll be able to get this. Now that's called the punch where you see no kind of spark in it. That's called a wind hook fist. Now once you get faster and faster, you get this called the electric wind hook fist. I tend to call it electric wind slap fist, but you know, that is pretty much what you want to do. And the way to attain this and keep this quite constant or consistent is to press forward, down, forward, and then once you press down, forward, this is the part you need to listen to now. down, forward, and 2 at the same frame. So what that means is once you press down forward, you need to press 2 or triangle or right punch or Y at the same time as you press down forward. So that is pretty much what you need to do, and that will give you the electric wind hook fist. It's not difficult as people say, it just takes a bit of practice. I actually practiced for 2 years, so that's why my electrics are so good and so consistent as they are. But anyways, let's carry on now. So now then, you have back 3 into electric. Now when is the time you can move? The time when you can move is when Jin puts his leg down. You see the leg that he knees you with? When he puts that down on the floor, then you can move. And if this is still too fast for you, then you can still use the YouTube edit or options rather, or settings, whatever you want to call them, and slow the video down even more further, because I do think there will be a need for that, just to show that look, there is a mini dash here and so on. But I'll try to explain it in the best way I can. So you can see that once he puts his leg down, then you can actually attack, or rather input your next move. If you do your next move before he puts his leg down, then you're gonna get a down forward 2, or you'll get a down 2 or so on. So you know, you get a down 2 or down forward 2, so on. So here is where the mini dash is. Can you see right where that spark happened? Once that spark left, that's when I mini dash. So once that spark disappears, boom, mini dash. And it's not a mini dash, it's a light micro dash. So what that means is light speed micro dash, super fast. And I think this is one of the most difficult micro dash, or I think this might be one of the first light speed micro dash in the game. I'm not saying this is fact or anything, but I do feel like this is one of the most, or yeah, one of the most difficult combos that do require this kind of movement. A lot of combos do require a mini dash or like a certain dash, but this is one of the trickier ones. So you can see now, once Jin puts his leg down, I can move forward. Now showing you this will help you coordinate whereabouts you want to input your electric, and once you've done that, you'll actually be able to get to that point where you can mini dash more consistently. Yeah. And when you do this combo, I want you to keep the frame data on, because if you don't, then what's gonna happen is you're gonna not see that, oh wait, that's when I can't mini dash because the frames are too less now, and because of that you messed up the combo. So is this match consistent, you know, like, is it match based? Would I ever do this in a real match? If I am feeling that adrenaline, then yeah, but if not, then no. Quick side note, you can actually combo with even a wind hook fist, but when it comes to this, your micro dash has to be even more faster than the light speed, and it has to be like super and mega light speed fast. In fact, you can just hold forward and pretty much you'll get it anyway, but if you do that, most of the time it don't work, so you have to mini dash if you want to get that. So yeah, just showing you now that both these versions work. One gives 72 damage and the other one gives 75 damage. So it's your call, to be honest. It's completely in your court whether you want to go for the electric or you want to go for the wind hook fist. I'd say that when it comes to the wind hook fist, it's a bit more trickier, because the mini dash or the light speed mega micro dash is so much more difficult, and you have to do it at such a crazy speed that it does become more of a hassle, and when you do the standing 4, it does miss about 87% of the time. So be very careful with that if you do want to go down that route. But let's move on. Now let's look at this. So back 3 you hold forward if you want to go for the other Zen 3 combo, but what we're doing right now is not going for that combo. So pretty much do back 3 and then you do the wind hook fist or the electric. I would say to you do electric, but you know, this is just showing you that you can do these kind of things. And there you go, run up and then do the difficult version. Now you can see how much damage this does. It does way more than if you just like, you know, than if you just like do the like Zen. So pretty much if you just do back 3 into Zen, then you won't get this kind of damage. This does way more damage than going to Zen. So you know, or even if you do standing 4. Now let's look a bit further and show you other stuff. So one thing I want to say is when it comes to the back 3, you want to be super close, because if you're not super close to the opponent, then doing the electric version will be way more difficult, because then you need an ultra speed light dash, you know, not light dash but light mini dash, and you need to make it go further as well. So you need to do a mini dash which like, you know, has more range. So you need to do it really fast. And I've done it as well. I've done it let's see, I've done it at like range 1, like 1.30, so around about there. So pretty much when the match starts in an actual fight, that's where I've actually hit this kind of combo. But anyways, there you go, there's electric. Sparks disappear and then I'm able to move. But let's look at this again, but let's just show you the combo and then show you that this is when you can move and so on, because I want to be really detailed with this. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, this is how you do it, and then just not give you any information at all. So back 3, puts his leg down, electric right there, boom, sparks go away completely, then mini dash. Yeah, that's when you can move. Now over here I didn't actually mini dash, but I just showed you that, look, this is when you can move. Okay, so get that timing in your mind, and yes, you have to be insanely quick to do this. So electric, and then there we go. So back 3, electric, and yep, didn't do no mini dash there either. So if you don't do a mini dash, or if you try to just walk up and hit this, it's not gonna work. So that's what you need to know. Again, back 3 hits, puts your leg down, boom, electric, straight away, no delay in the electric. Or if you, because if you do or have a delay, let's say if you have a delay in your electric, then you're not going to get this combo. So it is very tricky, and even I say that, you know, it's crazy. But I'll just show you the difficulty rating at the end. Anyways, so yep, there you go. That's with the, yeah, that was with the wind hook fist there. So yeah. Okay, and showing you again, back 3, puts the leg down into an electric, boom. Okay, and no mini dash again. Okay, so now that I've shown you this, you should be okay, or more or less okay, with the timing of the electric and the timing of knowing when back 3 finishes in terms of its animation. So now then, also if you want, you can look at the life as well. As soon as it goes down, you can move. But anyways, so here's another example. Do back 3, So it goes down, and then electric, see that goes down, and then boom. So yeah, so pretty much when you look at the life, as soon as it like doesn't go down, but it goes down, but then just like wait until it stops kind of shaking, let's say. Yeah, see that? Because when you hit, the screen shakes a little bit. See, it shakes. Once the shaking stops, then that's when you're able to move. That is another display of when you can move, or another visual property that you can use when you want to do this combo. So electric, yep, and so boom, that was the mini dash right there. You can see because I kind of stuttered a bit, or the ultralight micro dash, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, and then standing 4, and yep, this is 70 damage. Yeah, this is the 70 damage variation, and it is still quite strong, because considering that, you know, the fact that you can still get the wall like that is crazy. So, you know, but anyways, okay, so we looked at the back 3, the electric timing. We've looked at how to do an electric and what are the inputs to the back 3. Now I'll just tell you a little bit about the actual combo. So I've told you that on Xbox and so on, but I'll tell you again. So back 3 or back X on controller, or back A for Xbox, or back left kick for stick players, and then you hold, and then you do electric, which is forward, down, forward. Yeah, at the same time as you press down, forward, you press triangle, or you press 2, or you press Y, or you press right punch. So yeah, now this is another variation. See, that's the part where you press forward, Y, or down forward 2, or down forward triangle, or down forward right punch. And then that's the mini dash after the shaking of the screen is gone, or when the sparks go away. And then you do standing 4, or you do B, or you do circle, or you do right kick, and then you do 2 or Y, or you do triangle or right punch, and then you dash up, and then back 3 again, which is back A on Xbox, or back X on PlayStation, or back left kick on stick players. So yeah, and then you hold forward, and then 1 3, or Y A, or it would be left punch, left kick, or it would be square and X. So pretty much that is the combo. Anyways, the combos will also be in the description below, or not description but in the comments, because that way it'll be more easier to get to, and I won't have to edit the video, making it even more of a hassle, or kind of delaying this tutorial even more. But anyways, so electric sparks go away, and then the ultra super light micro dash, boom, yeah, and then bang, right there. Now this works on straight axis, it works on a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right as well, so you're all good there. Now this version does way more than the Windhoek Fist version, which I showed you a little earlier, and this goes to about 71, I believe. Yeah, 71. That is extreme wall carry right there, with good damage as well. If you hit the wall and you have this kind of damage on your initial combo, then that is at least 90 damage, you know, so it's quite a lot. 90 damage plus, and your opponent's life is only 175. So you pretty much took a big chunk out of their life, which does cause people to panic and so on. Now this is the timing for the jab. So do the 2 jab, yeah, or the Y jab, you know, like Y, or right punch, or you do triangle and then you hold forward. Now the timing for it is when he brings his arm back and he like kind of, let's say it's kind of curved again, yeah. So once it's fully curved again, you can walk forward, and that is when the super deep dash at the end needs to occur. If you don't do it, or let's say not needs to occur but needs to happen, and once you've done that, you'll be super good at doing the mini like deep dash combos or the jab like combos with Jin. So yeah. Now then, back 3. Yeah, there might be a little bit noise in the background as well, but what can I say, I've got a noisy household, innit? Anyways, so sparks go away, and that's when you can move. I'm just showing you this once or a few times actually, because the more you say something to someone, the more they're going to be aware of it, and the more less times they're going to need to come back on this video and check, oh wait, what was it again, you know. Because when it comes to tutorials, one problem I have is getting to a certain part and not knowing what to do from that part. So yeah, this is just me showing you again that you have to mini dash, or not mini dash, my bad, light micro dash, that's what I'm gonna call it from on. Yeah, light speed micro dash. Anyways, yeah, so this is the reason why I'm showing you things again and again, so it sticks in your head and it stays there, rather than just telling you once or twice. I'm going to tell you a lot of times in this video that this is when you need to micro dash, and this is when you need to move, this is when you can move, and this is when you shouldn't input, otherwise you are going to get something wrong. So let's just talk about the errors now. So if I do back 3 and I don't wait until his leg is down, then I'm going to get down forward 2 or down 2, which is something which isn't a bad thing when it comes to floor break stages, but it can be a bad thing when it comes to open place, you know, open stages where there's no walls, and when there's places where there are walls but you're not near the walls, and because of that your opponent can just get up and hit you. Anyways, yeah, so boom boom right there, and then yep. Now the the light speed micro dash, that is where the problem happens. Okay, and the way we tackle this problem is by, remember, looking at the sparks of the electric and then keeping your thumb as close as possible to the forward button. Pretty much I let my thumb rest on the forward button. What that lets me do, or allows me to do, is do a super fast action, or a series of super fast actions, without it being too much trouble. Now because of that, I'm able to execute quite a lot, and it's way more than what the normal person can actually do. Now I'm not saying I'm different in any other way or anything like that, or in any way in fact, but I'm just saying that because of how much practice I've been putting in, I found out there are a lot of secrets and tech that you can use, or tricks rather, that you can use to achieve what you want. So see the light speed micro dash right there, into back 3s and 1, into standing 4, which I didn't do that. So pretty much that's how you do it. I just wanted to show you that part right there. I was going to do the full combo, but I didn't because I wanted to show that this is how you get the Lightspeed micro dash down. If you still haven't got the timing, do not worry, or don't worry, because I'm still gonna, you know, edge this into people's mind, or people's minds in fact. So this is another variation of the combo. So watch the Lightspeed micro dash, back 3 happens, and then he puts the leg down, do an electric, boom, right there, sparks go away, Lightspeed micro dash right there. Okay, you can see my inputs anyway, so you can tell that, okay, yeah, this is how fast I need to do this. Okay, so then boom, and then run up, and then stop, and boom, boom, and it's finished right there. So that does 71 damage as well. And when it comes to the back 3, one thing I want you to know is when I say puts his leg down, I mean that his foot needs to be not pointed up anymore or pointing down anymore, or on his tiptoes. He has to put his foot down so it's flat, like he is in his stance right there. He needs to put his leg down and his foot down so it's flat on the floor, and once it's flat on the ground or the floor, then what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to move, you'll be able to input, you'll be able to do whatever you want to do in that time frame. So electric, yeah, foot is flat on the ground, electric, sparks go away, Lightspeed micro dash, boom, right there, and then do the whole combo. I don't think I do the whole combo this time as well. So pretty much that's the timing. The electric sparks go away, mini dash super fast. One thing you can do though is you can actually buffer the Lightspeed micro dash as well if you are too slow on it. The way you do that is, you see how I say move once the light spark or the sparks have gone from the attack. Yeah, what you want to do is you want to just move when the sparks are there but they're slowly disappearing, and what that'll do, it'll give you a bit more time and a bit more leniency, or be a lot more easy upon you to actually get the dash. Now we're talking about 3-1 here, so this is 3-1 into forward stance, so 3-1 forward, or you do the left kick and right punch then hold forward, left kick and left punch and hold forward. And you've got other inputs as well. For example, you've got, for the Xbox players, it'll be A and then X and hold forward, and for PS4 players, X and then square and hold forward. So that is pretty much what that is. And then you do forward, and then you do, so 3-1 forward 2, which what we say 3-1 Zen 2, because our stance is Zen. So yeah, the stance where he goes forward is Zen, and the stance where he goes backwards as if he's retreating is called CDS. And quickly, 3-1 Zen 2, yeah, and then X, it'll be, yeah, X square, hold forward triangle, and for Xbox players it'll be A, X, hold forward Y, and for PC players it'll be left kick, then, yep, and then for PC players it will be, or stick players, my bad, it would be left kick into left punch into hold forward into right punch. So pretty much that's what it is. Alright, so moving on. Now I'm going to show you how to do the buffer 3 trick. Now what this means, the buffer neutral 3. The buffer neutral 3 is basically running and getting a standing move. Now when you run, you're doing another set of moves, which is a flying kick being one of them. So you get a slide, a little bit of a roll, and you get a shoulder barge as well. So you get a pretty much jumping at someone, but instead of with your leg, you jump at them by headbutting them. And another one shoulder barge, and another one is the slide and the kick. And now I showed you that there is running kick, and this is the power crush. Now if you run from full screen and you press 3+4, what that'll do is it will give you this. Now obviously by now you should know the inputs because I've been saying it a lot, but if you don't, then what this means in Xbox terms, it means you run and you press A plus B together. When I say plus, I mean together, so A and B together, and you'll get the power crush, where basically that glass kind of substance comes off the character. In the arcade stick terms, it will be left kick and right kick together, and for PlayStation it will be X and circle together. Now this kick I'm doing here is forward 3, and if you press forward 3 while you're running, you get that, which is forward 3 anyway. You won't get the kick. So if you press forward twice and you don't hold down forward, then you'll run. Yeah, depending on how far you are away from the opponent, you'll run at them. If you're quite close, you just dash, but if you're a little bit far away, so we're talking range 2 or higher, you'll start running. So then you press forward 3 and you get a neutral or 3, so pretty much, yep. And if I press back 3, I'll get this. Okay, so we've seen those moves here, and pretty much, so the moves we talked about is for Xbox be forward A and forward be left kick and be forward X or forward 3. So yeah, those are the inputs for those kind of consoles, and back 3 is pretty much the same, but you're just pressing back. So yeah, instead of forward you press back. Now let's look at how to buffer this. So you want to hold down 3, yeah. So here is just me just messing it up accidentally like that. But now then, I'm going to show you how to do this. So after the tail spin, so basically once you do that move where your opponent starts spinning on the ground or in the air, yeah, because they spin on the spin in the air and then they spin on the ground for a little bit, I think about 1.5 seconds, something around that time. But anyways, then after you press that move that initiates that kind of animation, yeah, so or starts that kind of animation, you want to hold down 3 or hold down left kick or hold down A or hold down X, yeah. So depending on what console you are on, that will pretty much help you there. So you want to hold down 3 like I'm doing here, you press back as soon as you get to the opponent, and boom, you press 4. So you run, yeah, you hold 3, you run, and then you press back and 4 at the same time. So pretty much you run, you hold A, you run, and you press back plus B plus A together once you're close to your opponent, and you get the neutral 3. Obviously it's a bit of a tricky thing, but once you got it down, you'll have it. And for arcade stick players, it will be hold left kick, you run, and then you press the right kick whilst holding the left kick, and then you press back at the same time. So pretty much you're holding the left kick anyway, but you need to press the right kick and back at the same time, which will give you that. Okay, and pretty much for PlayStation players like myself, you will be needing to run. So you run, and then so pretty much you're holding X, yeah, throughout this whole process. So you hold X and you run, and then you press back and circle whilst holding X, and then you'll initiate the neutral 3. This is a mechanic which is known throughout the JIN community, but it's not so known unless you're actually active and in that position where the community can talk to you, basically. So what I mean by that is, if you're not in any of the groups where the JIN community is, know what they're talking about, and there's quite a lot of them as well, then you won't actually know this information. You may find it on YouTube, but even that might be a bit of a stretch. But pretty much this is what it is. I will be making another video on how to do buffer 3, and that will be more in depth, but pretty much this is what you want to do. Also, you can wave dash into it. If you don't feel comfortable running, you can wave dash, which isn't a bad idea anyway. Sometimes you will get the power crush, but that's because you haven't pressed back and 4 while holding 3 at the same time. So pretty much what you've done wrong here is you've pressed 4, but you haven't pressed back at the same time as 4 whilst holding 3. So you hold 3, you run, but you press 4 and you didn't press back at the same time as pressing 4. So it's a bit tricky trying to get this in your head, but pretty much what you want to know is keep your thumb on X, yeah, or keep your thumb on 3, or your finger on 3, whatever. Yeah, keep that held down. You run and then you press back and 4 whilst holding 3, and you get the neutral 3, and that's pretty much that done. Now when it comes to neutral 3, you want to be careful about that, because now you can run into it, but the problem is that you need to understand the ranges of it. So pretty much if I don't need to run, then I won't run, I'll just dash, but if I need to run, then I'll have to run. There will be examples of this later on in this video anyway, so you won't have to be like, oh wait, what is this guy talking about? So let's just review over what we went through. Hold 3, run up and press 4 and back at the same time, you'll get neutral 3, just like that. And if you want to get the extension, press 1 and press forward and then 2. So now we just looked at that move. Now we looked at this before, but the whole extension to this is you run. So you hold 3, you run, press 4 and back at the same time, then 1, then you hold forward. That pretty much, the forward will allow you to enter into the Zen stance. So once you've entered Zen, then pretty much all you want to do is hold down forward, and what that will do, it will allow you to crouch dash, then press back and press 3 and then press forward, which will allow you to enter Zen stance again, and then press 2. So in this, you're entering Zen stance twice. Now I'm just going to show you the wave dash variation of the neutral 3. So you see that wave dash, yeah, wave dash again, which is just a series of doing electrics without actually pressing the 2, my bad. So without actually needing to press the 2, or without pressing 2 at all, you just do a series of electrics again and again, but don't press any attack button, just press the directional inputs, and what that will allow you to do is the wave dash. And then once you are standing and you're going forward, like gliding after crouching, then you want to wait until he stops gliding, yeah, once he's standing again after the crouch, and press 3-1, and that will give you the neutral 3 along with the extension. So yeah, 3-1, and pretty much that's all there is there. When it comes to the wave dash, it is a bit more trickier to actually initiate or start the neutral 3 because it takes a bit more execution, so be careful of that. Okay, now I'm just going to show you the range on this kind of stuff. Alright, so here we go. This is the bread and butter combo. The bread and butter combo, meaning that this is the combo that you should be doing. So it is basic. Basically, when you say bread and butter, it means the basic combo. And then you do a wave dash, and remember, after crouching he glides a bit when you're standing, and then you press 3-1 and then forward 2. Now that is the, like, I've heard people say easy max damage, but yeah, that is pretty much, if you want to call it, easy max damage. It's not the actual max damage you can get, but if you want to say easy max damage, yeah, easy max damage. Looking forward now, you've got another variation as well, where, remember where we did the running 3-1, yeah? Now this will take a bit more time to get used to. So after I've pressed after I press back forward 2, 3, Zen 3, my bad, I was thinking about a different combo. So after pressing back forward 2, 3, Zen 3, you can see I'm holding 3. So after the kick, I'm holding 3. I have after pressing that kick, that tail spins, even before it even hits, I'm holding 3, and you can see now when I move, it shows I'm always pressing 3, when I'm in reality not doing that, I'm just holding it. It's pretty much a mechanic in Tekken where you can buffer things, but after that, all I do is I press back +4 whilst holding 3, and then I press 1, then initiate the Zen stance or go into the Zen stance. Once I've gone into the Zen stance, I press forward 2. So my bad. Once I've gone to Zen stance, all I press is 2. So pretty much 3-1 Zen 2 or 3-1 forward 2. Okay, now a way to practice your buffer 3s is to do this little combo here. You don't need to sidestep, but it does make this combo way more consistent. So what you do is you just wait a little bit, and then 1, 2, 4, booyah, yep, right there. When it comes to Xbox or the other consoles kind of inputs, I'm gonna just put that in the description below instead, because it'd be a lot more better if someone just wants to see that. So then I run up, and then I do 3-1 Zen 2 or 3-1 forward 2, and that will give me that. Now this does quite a bit of damage. It's not max damage either, but it is quite strong. So this is the other version of doing it. Now this is a bit more trickier because you need to literally wave dash as soon as your opponent hits the ground. But anyways, so back to 1, and then 1, 2, 4 again. This is the real way how to practice your, how to practice your buffer 3s, the actual real way. See that? So I do the wave dash right there. So I do the wave dash right there, and then I do 3-1 Zen 2 or 3-1 forward 2, and that gives me that damage, and 71 damage, which is quite good damage. When it comes to combos, I would say something along the lines of 68 or higher is good damage. So yeah. Now 3-1 forward will make you enter Zen. Now one thing I want to show you is when you can move after entering Zen is when he spreads his arms out fully. So look, he spreads his arms out fully, and then I can move. See? Boom, boom, wait a little bit, boom. Now the time for this is, watch, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. See? That's what you want to say. Now in real time, it will just be after the punch, you'd be like, say 1 in your head, and then hold down forward. So pretty much what I do is, instead of press down forward, I hold down forward after I go into Zen straight away, which allows me to get that crouch dash much faster, which also allows me to do those other difficult kind of combos without having to time it more accurately, because I pretty much got it already in my book. So that is something really good, and it is a really handy trick for everyone or anyone that wants to do these kind of combos. So 3-1, and then you enter the crouch dash, and then you press back 3, and then after that, you know, you do forward 2. That is pretty much the ender to every single one of his max damage combos. Well, not every single, but most. The max damage combo video will also be in the description below, so I mean the comments below, so if you want to check that out, you can check that out. Now, one thing I want to say, when it comes to 3-1 Zen cancel back 3, the full title of this is 3-1 Zen crouch dash Zen cancel. So yeah, so the full title of this pretty much is 3-1 Zen cancel crouch dash back 3. There you go. So you do Zen cancel into crouch dash into back 3 and then Zen 2. So it is quite a bit of a crazy one, but just to make it easier, just say 3-1 Zen, then crouch dash back 3 Zen 2. No more easier to say, or even Zen cancel back 3 Zen 2. So much more easier. How to get that back 3 on time? Now, the way to do this is you want to press back before you actually even press the 3. If you press 3 before you press back, yeah, you're not going to have a good time, because what's going to come out is a while standing 3 or a Zen 3 or a crouch dash 3. So my bad. Yeah, so a crouch dash 3 will come out, or a while standing 3. Now, when it comes to these moves, they aren't any different from any other variation of itself, because while standing 3 or crouch dash 3 or Zen 3, they're all the same. So yeah. Okay, so here is another combo. So this is while standing 2 back 4 2 3 Zen 3. See, and then a dash up. Now this is where I don't need to actually run. Because of that, I'm alright. Now I am showing you that I'm failing, because if I didn't show you that I'm failing, then how are you gonna know what to do and look from my mistakes? So learn from my mistakes, my bad. So this is a good way how to make you learn from my mistakes. So you do this, and then if you press back 3 too quickly, so if you press back and then press 3 too quickly, you will mess it up. Now, one thing I do want to say is, when it comes to the electric, the time for that is while standing 2, and then once he looks up, boom, electric. So another thing also want to say or state is that when it comes to the 3-1 Zen back 3, if you press back 3 and you press and don't hold the back input, then, or the button or direction rather, so if you don't hold the back direction, then what's gonna happen in that case is that you're not gonna get a back 3, you're gonna get a standing 3. So what you want to do is, now listen up here, you want to dash up after the tail spin, meaning once he's spinning on the floor, and after he is spinning on the floor, you want to just dash up 3-1 Zen cancel, which is done by 3-1 hold forward into down forward, remember, hold it, and then press back, hold back, but let the crouch dash roll out for a little bit, let the animation just glide out just for a little bit until the middle of his crouch dash. Then you want to press back and hold back, and then press 3 and then press forward and then 2. That will give you the ender. Yeah, it's a does for him, and yeah, it's a bit complicated, but nothing which is rewarding is ever easy. So yeah, depending on the reward you get, the more difficult that thing will be to achieve, and it's pretty much in life as well, but that's pretty much what it is. So electric back for 2 3s and 3, and once this happens or this occurs, then you wanna just dash up, or you can just hold 3 and run up, it's your choice, but I decided to dash up 3 1, yep, hold forward, hold down forward. See that? I let the animation of the crouch dash just a little bit, yeah, I let it just play out just for a little bit of time, and then after that I pressed back and then 3, but I pressed back and I held back and I pressed 3 and I pressed forward and then 2. The way you know that I held back is, can you see there's so many inputs where it just says 3 3 3 3 3? That's where you know that, oh yeah, he's press back 3 so many times. So that's where you know that I've held the back rather than actually pressing 3 so many times. I just held the back and oh no, my bad. So instead of pressing back so many times, that's how you know I've only pressed back once, but I'm holding it down, because once you see there's a lot of directions that are super close near each other, then that means I'm holding it down and I'm mashing the 3. So yeah, so because I'm so used to the timing, I'm able to do that. But I would suggest you don't mash it yet, because it is quite strict in its timing, so be careful of that. This is another variation, but this is my combo. This is the one I invented quite a bit of time ago. Okay, so do CDS, which is the retreat stance. So back 1 to 3 plus 4, after down forward 4 and count it, yeah, then do back 3s and 1, then standing 4, and then this is where you run up. Now you have to run up, because look over here, I dashed up and I let the dash really play out as well, and when it came to the dash I let it deep dash, yeah, so I made a deep dash but still it didn't connect. So you have to do the buffer 3 input right here. This is a perfect example. Now when it comes to the 3 1 Zen cancel back 3 Zen 2, the thing I wanted to state is be very precise with your back 3, because if you mash it out it will mess up. As I said before, because I'm so used to the timing, I sometimes, very rarely, but sometimes do mash it out, but usually I just keep it clean. So try doing the same as well, and that will help you greatly. This was the combo that was very well, it wasn't known, but the 3 1 Zen cancel back 3 Zen 2, that was the known max damage before. So you can do the wave dash version, which I like to do this one in this combo because it's so much better. And then arm spread out, hold down forward, and then let the animation play out. You press back, hold back, you press 3, and see, this is where I mashed the 3 out a little bit. So yeah, oh my bad. So this is where I held the 3 a little bit, so you can see, because you know it is quite close to each other. Me mashing it out is when it's not close to each other, because you see where that neutral is, that little space between the moves at the end. Yeah, that's called neutral, and what that means is you just wait a bit, and if you wait a bit, yeah, because these neutrals are super quick, so pretty much like 1 frame, and you can't really mash that quick. So that's how you know that I'm mashing. So I pretty much mashed the Zen 2 out. You can mash the Zen 2 out if you want, that doesn't really play a big part. But anyways, you do back 3 again, Zen 1, and then standing 4. After the standing 4, now watch, I press 4, I hold 3, see, it hasn't even hit the floor yet and I'm holding 3. As soon as it hit him, I held 3. So what I do is I hold 3 once the opponents got hit by the tail spin, yeah, but they haven't hit the ground yet, and then I just, you know, do the Zen cancel back 3. So pretty much you run, so you hold 3, you run up, press back and 4 while stalling 3, and then 1, hold forward, then hold down forward. Soon you enter the stance, you want to hold down forward. Once he does a crouch dash, you let it play out for a little bit until the middle of the crouch dash animation. So pretty much the middle of the amount of space you can cover with the crouch dash. Then you want to press back 3 and then Zen 2. So pretty much, yeah. Now this is a bit more faster because you've been in slow motion so quick, but this is just me showing you how difficult this move is. Now this is 10 times, well 50 times more difficult than Tonche Upper, and about 40 times more difficult than Kaz Perfect Electric and God Fist into, you know, 4 electrics into back to 1 and so on. So this is the Kaz combo. Yeah. Now bear in mind that Jin combo right there, I did the easiest version of it, and that is still even more difficult than this. That was me doing it. So this is me completely raw and uncut, showing you that these are how difficult the combos are. And then you got the Tonche Upper, which is the famous Tonche Upper. I always get the slap when I've tried to do this, but anyways, so just get used to the timing. I'm going to show you how to do Tonche Upper soon as well, because I'm used to it now. But pretty much that was super quick. I did it, I think, in 9 seconds. And if I did the difficult version of Jin's combo, it'd be so much more difficult, about 73%. But yeah, that's all I want to say. So yeah, I hope this tutorial was beneficial and it helped you out and helped put the point across on how to do it and so on. You know, it is quite a tricky one, I'm not gonna lie. The most difficult variation of it is actually about 90% more difficult, or about, yeah. So you know, it is quite tricky, and I've got another announcement that I'm gonna make soon. It's a really big, well, not a really big video, but it is quite a bit of a heavy one, and it's just my thanks to everyone, you know. But yeah, that's all I want to say. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks to ZREX Nation, and see ya.